more than a century, the rich and famous have come to the Bahamas, from the Queen and Winston Churchill to the Beatles and countless US presidents. Tiger Woods and Oprah Winfrey are having massive, great mansions built just down the beach here. And now look who's turned up. 6 men intent on winning the biggest prize in one of the toughest sports on earth.
Nassau's gone funky. Nassau's gone soul. We've got a doggone beat now. We're gonna call our very own. Funky Nassau. Funky Nassau.
And here's how one of them is going to win this, the Metrex Trophy for the world's strongest man. We've reverted from the heats, where it was an 11-event round-robin competition, to the more traditional format. 6 men, 8 events, 1 winner. And these are the 6 finalists. From Sweden, Magnus Samuelsson. From Latvia, Raimons Bergmanis. From Norway, Sven Karlsson. From Ukraine, Vasil Virashchuk. From Lithuania, Zydrunas Savikas. And from Poland, and twice the winner, Mariusz Pudzianowski. Well, as ever, our expert guide on occasions like this is Jamie Reid, former world's strongest man himself. Now, this is the Silver Jubilee, this great event, so who's your idea of the winner?
Well, we've got 2 former champions in the final, we've got the current champion, we've got last year's runner-up, and even though we've only got 6 competitors, I think this is going to be the most intense final we've ever had.
Carry race.
First up in this year's final, carry this 16-stone anchor, 25 metres. Sprint back as fast as possible, and then it's 25 stones in each hand to the finish line. What a way to start the final. It's all about speed, endurance and grip strength.
Beneath crystal blue skies, commentary from Paul Dickinson.
That was a perfect description by Jamie, all about this first event. And what a performance we could see here. 2 former champions, Magnus Samuelsson and Sven Karlsson, up against this guy, Zydrunas Savikas, who's finished 2nd in the previous 2 finals.
Representing Norway, Sven.
Great atmosphere here. Good cheers for Sven Karlsson. I hope he's over the injury he suffered in the heats.
Representing Sweden.
And finally, the giant Magnus Samuelsson, one of the most charismatic strongmen in recent years. This is all about time. The fastest time to complete the 2 legs of this carrying race will win. And Samuelsson the first to get away. Remembering what Jamie said about sprinting, back to the Farmer's Walk. Take a look at this. These guys can motor as well. A little bit of stiffness in those legs, but 11 events they had to go through, of course, in the heats. And this is where Magnus Samuelsson comes into his own. He's a master of carrying, especially in the Farmer's Walk. And that looks perfect so far from Samuelsson. He's going to set the fastest time so far, which he does. 32.34, Savikas in 2nd place, 35.03, and Sven Karlsson, not surprisingly, in view of the problems he had earlier, 44.56 in 3rd place for the moment. But a good start to this final by the Swede, Magnus Samuelsson.
Magnus Samuelsson.
A little bit tired, but the arm goes aloft in victory.
Well, that was a kind of declaration of intent, wasn't it?
I know coming into this final I have a few events that I probably will have problems with, depending a little bit on my size. But the key for me now is to score as high as possible in all the events that I can score in.
That's fair enough. That's precisely what he has to do. There are 3 superb performers here that are going to go up against the rest. Raimons Bergmanis first of all. And already Mariusz Pudzianowski, going for 3 titles in a row, is pumped up. And then this great Ukrainian, Vasil Virashchuk. Looking good, thumbs up for the Ukrainian. Now, this is going to be fascinating. Who's going to get away to the fastest start? It's Virashchuk. the biggest man of these three, but the fastest away. Pudzianowski is no slouch, though. Look at him go! That is real class sprinting. But has he got what it takes to get these two giant weights of 335 pounds down the course quickest? No, he hasn't. Verhastyuk is going to go all the way. Well, I spoke too soon. Verhastyuk is down, but he's only got a couple of meters to go. And I think he's won it. 29.43. Unbelievable. Pudzianowski 35.56. Not as fast as he had hoped. And Raymond Bergmanis bringing up the rear, just finishes now, 42.37. So the winner overall in the very first event in this year's final, a magnificent performance by Vasil Verhastyuk.
The perfect start for you. What did you think about it?
It was exactly what I needed to do. Make a perfect start. I've done my bit. Now you will see.
Yes, I'm very strong. 100%. Go final.
Talking a good game, but are seeds of doubt being sown in the mind of Mariusz Pudzianowski? Verhastyuk looking mighty powerful. Over the past 10 years, no outright winner of World's Strongest Man has finished outside the first three in the opening event. Can Pudzianowski buck history to win his third straight triumph?
Fridge carry.
Jamie?
The combined weight of these fridges is over 64 stones. They've got to be carried 30 metres. You must keep moving steadily down the course. The last thing you want to do is freeze.
Well, the first two competitors, Bergmanis and Carlsen, didn't get away to a good start in the first event, so they need big points here.
The fridge carry is Sven Carlsen's favourite event. He's usually in the top three at this all the time, but he's carrying an injury, so this could favour Ray Bergmanis.
Left!
Well, we often refer to the weights in World's Strongest Man as the equivalent of a full fridge. So the irony is this time we have got two fridges. And it's Carlsen who's away quickest. I have to say that looks extraordinarily difficult. The balance is going to be absolutely important. And Bergmanis now is falling miles behind. It's the Norwegian, despite the injury, who's going to take first place for the time being. A solid time by Sven Carlsen, 24.37. He looks absolutely shattered, I have to say, and Bergmanis, well, this has been a real struggle for him. He's normally so quick across the ground, but not when you've got 904 pounds bearing down on your back. Well done to Bergmanis, he finishes. It's a slow 44.12, and for the time being, Carlsen is in the lead, no doubt about that. Good effort by Sven, but he needs good points, I said that earlier.
Was that mind over matter?
Yes, very much so, because every time I step down on my left leg, my head said it's not going to work, but my heart says keep on going. Even though the bad thing is that competing when you're only half machine is very tough mentally, because this was a very good final for me with all the events we have here. But I think what I'm doing now is very brave.
I think everybody would agree with that. Well, the next two competitors, Mariusz Pudzianowski and Zydrunas Savickas, finished in first and second place in last year's final. Brilliant performances they were too.